And we welcome you back to Kane University for the North 1 Group 2 final. Lakeland, the number 2 seed, and Newton, the number 4 seed, battling for the section championship. Matt Pizzaro is in his second season, 19-2. So after an 8-2 season a year ago, the Braves are a perfect 11-0. Graduated from Lenape Valley back in 1995 and is now in his second stop as a head coach. Newton took down Pequannock and Westwood to reach the championship game, their second ever final appearance. As for Lakeland, Tom McCormick, he says he truly bleeds red because he is a 1990 graduate of Lakeland, a former assistant coach for 11 years, and now he's in his second stint as head coach, 8 years in total. 61-24 is his career record, and he won a section title, a North 1 Group 2 championship back in 2010. That was the 4th season of his first stint, now in the 3rd season of his second tenure as head coach of Lakeland, looking for a championship in the school's 5th final appearance. Colby Nelson, or excuse me, Josh Noble is our producer, getting my bearings here in New Jersey. And I'm David Resnick, Sean Riley with us as well. Lakeland won the toss. They elected to defer. And so Chris McCormack kicks it off deep. On the return, Jaden Elliott stops short of the 30. So just underway in the first quarter, and Luke Young and this Newton offense. A Delaware wing tee with some spread and shotgun sets, averaging 34 points per game, and they've eclipsed the 40-point mark 5 different times this season. Taking over to start at the 27. Keeping it on the ground on first down. Chase Kramer takes the carry up the middle for a couple. Part of a skill position group that features Kramer, a 3-year starter, along with Will Larson, Jaden Elliott, a captain at wide receiver up front. A couple of all-conference selections led by Justin Similian. On second down, a burst through the middle. It's good for a first down. Luke Young keeps it. And he's across the 40 as the Braves move the chains on their opening drive of the game against this Lakeland defense. It's a 3-4 look. Jake Harkey at defensive tackle right at the middle. 6'6", 330, earning major Division I college interest. Patrick Kaiser at outside linebacker, part of a group. And then Michael Canzone, first team all-conference in the secondary. Bursting through for the tackle is Mike Mackay. Read it beautifully as he chased Kramer on the stretch play. It's a loss of 7. We will see Mike Mackay as the quarterback for Lakeland when the Lancers have the ball, but he's also the starting strong safety, earning first team all-conference honors. And as part of his junior season has racked up more than 80 tackles, 3rd best on the team. Young to throw for the first time. Completes a pass to the perimeter. And a good gain for Newton as they look to get back the yardage they lost on first down. It's out to Jaden Elliott to bring up 3rd and 2. It's a 16-yard pickup for the Braves as they control it, 2 minutes and 15 seconds deep. for a community looking for their first section title and perfect season in their 99th year of football. Alums dating back to the 1970s showing up after practice yesterday to give some inspiration to the current Braves. On 3rd and 2, first down for the Braves. On the direct snap to Young, he takes it across. And Luke Young is off to a good start. A 3-year starting senior has been the only starting quarterback that Matt Parzero has known. Three minutes gone by. This drive started back at the 27. Trying between the tackles, but not much doing there. It was Chase Kramer out of the backfield, who entering tonight's game, averaging 8 yards a carry, was exceptionally productive in the regular season matchup against Lakeland. A Week 5 victory, 47-14. It was 25-0 at half as things unraveled for the Lancers. Chase Kramer scored 3 touchdowns, 149 yards on 19 carries. This, though, is Luke Young. After Kramer getting brought down for a loss of 1, this is a pickup of 5.
Luke Young up the middle. Following his center, Justin Mayhill. Chris McCormick, number 56 on the stop. Ball spotted at the 41 of the Lancers. 3rd and 6.
3rd and 6 upcoming here for the Braves. Already 2 for 2 on 3rd down. They've had possession for over 4 minutes. They took down the 5-seed Pequannock on the road 2 weeks ago to take down top-seeded Westwood. Young dropping back, flushed, throws off of his back foot down the field. It's intercepted. Lakeland with the pick. And running with it the other way is Michael Canzone. The takeaway for the Lancers, ending the Newton drive. Canzone was driven hard out of bounds. The officials talking things over with the flag down. A block in the back is called. The marker is all the way back at the 13. So Lakeland has possession. They'll just be close to their own end zone. Beg your pardon. It's a pass interference that is called. The marker in the secondary was not on the return, but rather on the original pass from Luke Young. The result of the play gives the Braves a first down. So the drive continues. Shifty run for 8. That's Will Larson out of the backfield. Another one of those 3-year starters. Matt Parzero was the head coach at North Warren. He scrimmaged Newton 3 years ago. He saw players like Larson and Kramer and Young. And he knew when he took over as head coach of this Braves program, he was doing so with talent already in the program. Another first down for Newton. A run off left guard. Going right back to Will Larson on consecutive carries.
Number 44. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
4th first down for Newton on this drive. That was continued after a Michael Canzone interception was wiped off the board because of pass interference. This drive approaching 6 minutes. Newton with the only possession so far today. First down run. Defended well as Kramer picks up a handful.
Chase Kramer gets the handoff.
It's a 2-yard gain.
Down low, number 10, Mackay.
With the tackle credited to Mike Mackay, the junior strong safety.
Ryan Sullivan. Second and 8.
Young under center, wants the end zone, throwing the fade route. Throws it out of the end zone, intended for Jaden Elliott.
Luke Young. Trying to
Mackay, or excuse me, it was not Mackay, but rather Connor Lyon in on coverage. As Lyon working his way back from a shoulder injury, Coach Tom McCormick knew he would have his two-way junior, but not entirely sure about how much he'll be able to go both ways. He'll probably play more defense than offense, but we expect to see him on both sides of the ball. 3rd and 8. Young keeps slipping out of a tackle and then gets rammed down. Coming in for the final blow was Chris McCormack. Stopping Luke Young after a gain of about 1.
finishing the tackle, Michael Volpe, number 74.
Michael Volpe also came in to provide that punishing blow.
Bring up a 4th and 8 situation.
It's a Lakeland defense that changes its look. They have the ability to 3-4 base or even a 3-3 stack. As Newton's offense stays on the field on 4th and 8. Young scrambling. Luke Young gets to the open field and finds the end zone with the flag down. Make it 2, and this should come back. As it stands right now, Luke Young is in from 12 yards. Personal foul called against the Braves. J.C. Mertz checking in for Kelvin Gonzalez. Going with 4 defensive linemen.
Block in the back, penalty.
And now Volpe is actually
10 yards from the spot of the infraction.
being subbed out there.
Spotted at the 25.
Adonai Thompson, honorable mention all conference,
4th down.
has come in for this 4th down and 21. First down can be picked up at the 4 as Young fires middle for the end zone. Leaping grab. Touchdown. What a reception. Jaden Elliott with an incredible catch over the middle.
Jaden Elliott in the end zone.
On 4th and 21, a 25-yard completion. Newton takes the lead. Devin Major on for the extra point. 7-0 Braves.
Is good by Devin Major. Newton Braves 7. Lakeland nothing. 3-yard drive by the Newton Braves. That's off by a 25-yard pass play. Luke Young to Jaden Elliott in the end zone. And the extra point by Major, 7-0 Newton.
7-minute, 40-second drive for Newton. Over 73 yards, capped off by the Luke Young to Jaden Elliott, 25-yard strike over the middle on 4th and 21 for Jaden Elliott, the big play receiver, making an enormous grab for his 7th touchdown of the season. Luke Young tossing his 16th touchdown, and a 7-0 lead on an opening drive touchdown for Newton, the number 4 seed, off to a great start. Lakeland responds on special teams. Kelvin Gonzalez giving the Lancers great field position.
Kelvin Gonzalez on the return from the 5-yard line.
A 34-yard return out to the 39. Lakeland's offense. Mike Mackay is the quarterback. He's starting in his 5th game. Mark Fajardo started the first 7 after starting all of last year, was hurt in week 8. And Mackay has been the quarterback since. Ryan Sullivan getting the carry on first down as the Lancers move quickly back to the line on 2nd and 7. A run up the middle that is immediately denied. So the Lancers feature Kelvin Gonzalez in the backfield along with Patrick Mullins at wide receiver. Anthony Romeo is first team all-conference. He starts at left guard. At right guard, Ryan Burgess earning first team all-conference as well. 3rd down. Mackay rolls out. Mackay dragged down from behind. Good coverage down the field by Newton. And then the tackle in space by Troy Babcock, forcing Lakeland to punt on its first possession. Patrick Kaiser is the punter, averaging better than 37 yards a boot. Good kick for Kaiser. Angled away from the return man. Takes a sharp right to stay in the field of play. Ray Schmidt running down the field to down it at the 19. So a long sustained drive for Newton. And then a 3 and out for the Lancers. On first down, Luke Young. Wearing the number 24 jersey, he is listed as number 11. The normal number 24 listed as Billy Young, a player who found out just prior to the season that because of spinal stenosis, he would not be able to continue his high school football career. Billy is Luke's cousin. And Luke has worn the number 24 throughout the playoffs, typically given to a player who shows the most dedication and the most hardworking. This is a run for Larson. Spun down at the 40. beg your pardon, Chase Kramer on the carry to the outside, moving the sticks for Newton. And so while Billy Young can't be out on the field, his jersey is. And for Cousins, who dreamt of playing on the high school football field together, they're still finding a way to stay connected. So third straight week for Luke to wear that number 24. Billy's honor. He's got a 7-0 lead. He fakes the handoff and pounds his way for about 1.5. Chunk yardage for the Braves. They marked 73 on the opening possession. About 7 3/4 minutes of possession before it was Young's arm making a play to the end zone. Second and 9. Carry to the far side.
Young around the left side.
It was kept by Young.
Number 64, Justin Samiljan, number 64, leading the way.
Justin Samiljan on that left side along with Matt Summers. And that brings us to the end of the first quarter. An opening frame dominated by Newton's offense. The number 4 seed has a 7-0 lead over Lakeland. Young to Elliott, the strike in the first quarter to put the Braves in front on News 12 Varsity.
Tomorrow across the state. We'd also like to thank Kane University and Athletic Director Jack McKiernan and his staff, site supervisor Jay Scamarella and his staff for hosting today and tomorrow's championship action. I'd like to welcome the Lancer cheerleading squad under the direction of Nicole DiCarlo and the cheerleaders of the Braves under the direction of Lydia Galito. Welcome, ladies. Coming up at halftime, the Lakeland cheerleading squad will perform, as well as the Newton band at halftime. I'd like to give our fan shout out. Our fan shout out tonight for Lakeland, family of number 56, the grandparents Herb and Stacia of Sparta, the grandparents of number 56 of the Lancers, and Uncle Dave all the way from Connecticut, and Uncle Steve from Towns River.
Back underway in the second quarter. Chris McCormack making a play in space. Taking down Will Larson, bringing up 4th down. Welcome back to Kane University. Second quarter in the North 1 Group 2 Championship. Josh Noble, our producer. I'm David Resnick. Sean Riley with us as well. 7-0 the lead for Newton as they try to cap off their 99th year of football with their first state title. Newton punting it away after an opening drive touchdown. Devin Major with the good punt. And Lakeland starts at the 19. Lakeland went 3 and out on its first drive. Mike Mackay handing it off. Kelvin Gonzalez hit behind the line of scrimmage as Newton swarms to the football. Nick Briganti leading the charge to bring down Gonzalez in the backfield. Gonzalez, the feature back for Lakeland. More than 1,300 yards. Averaging 9 a carry. Newton gets to the quarterback. Another huge loss. Briganti again. 3rd and 24.
9-yard loss by Briganti. Ball rested at the 5-yard line.
Back to the 5-yard line. What helped Newton so much in the opening or in the first game, 47-14 back on October 6th. They got up early and forced Lakeland to be one-dimensional. Here they spread it out to run. Mackay takes it out to the 10-yard line. Picks up 5 on the in the process, and so Patrick Kaiser has to come out to kick it away. Jaden Elliott stands at the 40. A bouncing kick that deflects off his helmet. Elliott picks it up, and he's smashed down at the 37. Had an opportunity to make a play if perhaps he picked it up cleanly. Instead, the coverage team for Lakeland recovers and takes down Elliott at the 36. Lakeland has run just 6 offensive plays in 2 drives. Newton punted last time as Luke Young and company back on the field. Play fake. Young tells his receiver to go deep, who leaps for it and comes down with the football. What an incredible grab. Jaden Elliott runs to the goal line and rips it away for a huge completion of 35 yards. Jaden Elliott making plays in the North 1 Group 2 final. A spectacular 25-yard touchdown in the opening quarter. And that reception, good for 35, was even more impressive. Pushing in off the left side, down at the 1. Kramer couldn't get there. Michael Canzone, the cornerback, set the edge. Goal line defense for the Lancers. They had 3 straight shutouts coming into tonight's game. They've already given up 1 touchdown, and here's a second. Touchdown for the Braves. Diving in, Luke Young. 13-0 Newton.
The quarterback sneak. 13-0 Braves.
Devin Major. Puts up a PAT. That is good. Out of the hold of Jaden Elliott. His 35-yard reception, taking advantage of short field, sets up the 1-yard Luke Young plunge. 7:44 to go. First half, and it's a 14-0 lead for Newton.
Back deep for the Lancers, Michael Canzone, number 24, along with number 37, Kelvin Gonzalez.
Michael Canzone and Kelvin Gonzalez back to receive this Devin Major kick.
Major to kick off.
First points at Lakeland is given up in over a month. Gonzalez on the run back. Or excuse me, it was Canzone.
Nice return by Michael Canzone.
To the 40.
On the coverage, James Snyder, number 42. First and 10, the 40, 7.5 minutes remaining first half.
Direct snap. Kelvin Gonzalez picks up Lakeland's first down into Newton territory.
Following his center, number 55, J.C. Burke opening a hole, along with McCormack, Romeo Burgess of Volpe. First down, Lancers on the break, 40.
First big hole for Gonzalez to run through. 12-yard pickup. Gonzalez trouble with that high snap, but came down with it. That broke up the timing of the play as he rushes back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10.
So Milton on the stop, number 64, and number 56, James Harding.
Three receivers to the bottom of the formation. Mackay hands it off to Gonzalez. Glides off of the first tackle. And he picks up 3 yards to bring up 3rd and 7. Jared Stapleton, the fullback, is in for Michael Canzone. Stapleton has been in that position all season long as the lead blocker.
At the Braves 45.
He lines up to the right. Mackay, trouble with the snap. Reverses fields. Mackay still on his feet, trying to create. Gets to the edge. First down, Lakeland. A busted play. Goes for a first down, and the drive continues for the Lancers. Mike Mackay battled with Mark Fajardo in the preseason. So during scrimmages, during practice, Mackay was at quarterback. And then once Fajardo, the senior returner, won the job, Mackay switched to wide receiver. 1st and 10. Another run for Gonzalez. So Mackay, who had 13 receptions before moving over to quarterback, is one of 4 different skill position players, or filled in for Fajardo, who is one of 4 different skill positions to miss time for this Lakeland team. There's a seam. And Mackay keeping his balance inside the 10. Best drive of the game so far for Lakeland as they set up first and goal. Extra offensive lineman checking in, Jake Harkey. And so even with all of the injuries, Mackay filling in, Anthony Tanner, the backup running back, not available. Ryan Sullivan is the backup today at running back. He didn't play the first 8 games of the season. And yet, despite all these mix and matches, as Mackay has a block, Stapleton provides it to the edge. Touchdown, Lancers. 7-yard run, Mike Mackay. Lakeland has life. Patrick Kaiser was actually the player out on the edge, leading the way for Mackay to score and cut the deficit in half. PAT is up and good for Chris McCormack, wearing a special square-toed shoe. Patrick Mullen, another one of those skill position players who got hurt in week 1 and missed the rest of the regular season. Not only did they lose a wide receiver, one of those 4 skill position players that the Lancers have been without at different parts throughout the season, but Mullen also took care of the place kicking duties, which forced Chris McCormack to not only play right tackle, but fill in that area as well.
Again, coming up at halftime will be the Newton Marching Band.
Huge touchdown for Lakeland with 4:35 remaining in the first half. $60-yard touchdown drive. Over 3 minutes.
Back deep is Elliott, number 7, Kramer, 32.
Lakeland with good coverage down the field on the return from Noah Rivera-Sharp.
On the return, number 23, Noah Rivera-Sharp.
So 4:28 to go first half. Newton takes over at its own 29.
Along with number 27, Ryan.
All 3 timeouts. Who have posted back-to-back winning seasons after losing seasons in 13 of the previous 14 years before Matt Pizzero took over. Big reason why is their running attack. Big hole and the cutback. It's a foot race to the pylon. Touchdown, Newton. Bursting through for a 71-yard touchdown. Chase Kramer. Big play, Braves. What speed in the open field for Chase Kramer. Major PAT good. Momentum swung right back in Newton's favor. Chase Kramer over 1,400 yards this season. His 19th touchdown run. And those gaudy numbers despite an ankle injury that slowed him down. An injury that could have potentially been a 4 to 6 week ankle injury. Thankfully for Matt Parzero and the Braves, was only a 3-day injury. But just to be safe, Kramer held out of a couple of games. 100% now. He's part of the reason why Newton is chasing their first undefeated season in school history and their first state title. (21-14), 4:14 to go, first half. Taking it off of bounds, or at least attempting to, is Ray Schmidt. He touches it out of bounds at the 12.
Ball trickles out of bounds around the 15.
So all of that positive momentum that Lakeland built up on that 60-yard touchdown drive dashed with one big run from Chase Kramer. Lakeland gets the ball to start the second half. They begin this drive at the 10, and that run is blown up.
On the fence in the backfield, Will Larson, number 22, loss of 3.
Will Larson makes the tackle. He was a water boy on the 2013 Newton team that won the Braves' first playoff win in about 30 years. Now he's a senior on this squad. Patrick Mullen, jet sweep. That gets snuffed out.
Patrick Mullen, the ball carrier.
Dante North Little, Nick Briganti out on the edge. Third and 13, approaching 3 minutes to go in the first half. Mackay dropping back, stepping up, tosses, complete. It's the tight end, Patrick Kaiser, 5th reception of the season, and a huge catch to continue the drive. Kelvin Gonzalez checking back in. Huge catch for Patrick Kaiser, earning some Division III collegiate football interest. 2:35 to go, 21-7 Newton. Mackay fakes the handoff, picks up just a couple. He took over in the middle of Game 7, and Tom McCormick saying at first things were a little uneasy, but Mike Mackay, even as a junior, he's a calm leader.
4-yard pickup.
He's somebody his teammates believe in.
2 minutes.
And he's just the type of player with the attitude that says, I'll get it done. He has done so to get Lakeland to this championship game. He'll need a comeback effort today in the North 1 Group 2 final. Mackay sidesteps a would-be tackler. Late flag at the end of the play. And it's a hold against the Lancers.
Flag is down.
1:48 to go. It's a hold. And a penalty accepted, marked off 10 yards from the 39-yard line.
Following the penalty, it'll bring up 2nd and 16 at the 29.
37 is really wide. 37 is very wide.
Prior to the play, the officials believe that Tom McCormick deserves an explanation.
Call King. Tell Call King. King.
Cormac, 11 years as an assistant, coaching his alma mater. Getting a reset of 1:48 on the clock from 1:36. Then McCormick became head coach from 2007 through 2011. Left to spend more time with his family, coach his kids in football, and returned back in 2015. 8 seasons overall as the head man. Mackay rolls out, takes a shot down the field. It's nearly intercepted. A backpedaling interception attempt hits the turf as it was thrown into double coverage.
Downfield to Michael Cantone, broken up by Luke Young.
That was Luke Young defending Michael Canzone.
Clock is halted at 1:39.
3rd down, 16. Kaiser was the target on the last 3rd down. He appears to be slot left. Mackay flushed from the pocket. Sets his feet and fires a low pass into coverage. It's incomplete, looking for Connor Lyon. 1:31 to go. Punting unit comes out for Lakeland.
Incomplete on the coverage, Jaden Elliott. 4th and 16.
Tom McCormick saying we needed better blocking on the defensive side, better tackling. So far, I don't know if there's been the type of improvement in which he would have hoped. The running game for the Lancers has been stifled, and especially on that 71-yard touchdown run, Kramer found a hole. Kaiser thought about it. Elliott takes it on the run dangerously. He does return it 8 yards to the 49.
Towering punt. Fielded by
Interesting time for Elliott to take a chance, but it works out in Newton's favor.
Tennessee Burks, number 55. Towering punt by Kaiser. 1st and 10, Braves at their own 49.
At the 49, it's 1st and 10 for Newton, a team with back-to-back touchdown drives. 3 timeouts and 1:20 to go. They have shown big playability through the air to Elliott, and Kramer has that 71-yard touchdown run. Luke Young out of shotgun. Play kept alive on the near side as it was given to Kramer.
Chase Kramer breaking a tackle, chased out of bounds. Lost on the play. Back to the 45-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd and 13.
Kramer's older brother, Ben, wore 32 on that 2013 team that won a playoff game and then got walloped on the road in the semifinals by Westwood. The same team that the Braves this season defeated in the semifinals 21-6. The top seed went down as Newton marched on to this championship game. Kramer lost 4, and prior to 2nd down, timeout taken by the Braves. 21-7 with 1:12 to go in the first half. Newton has the lead. The 4 seed over 2nd seeded Lakeland.
Nicole DiCarlo and Kristen
It's been a really interesting run for Newton this season. When you take a look at what teams, opponents, that is, are meaningful to the Braves in terms of getting to the top. Well, they started in the quarterfinals against 5th-seeded Pequannock in a battle of unbeatens. Newton, in the final minute, stopping a potential tying 2-point conversion. It was knocked down by Noah Rivera-Sharp in the end zone to preserve that lead. Well, Pequannock was the team that ended Newton's season last year. The prior time that Newton made the playoffs, we referenced it a couple of times, 2013, they won in the quarterfinals, played Westwood in the semis, and got beat. So this year they go to Westwood and they win in the semifinals to reach their first sectional championship since 1983. On 2nd and long, a run to the perimeter. Good play out of the timeout. That was Chase Kramer trying out the right edge. First down signaled, a pickup of 15. First down for the Braves with the clock frozen with 56 seconds to go. Now ready to play at the 41. Kramer on a double handoff. Dante North Little.
Looking for daylight, Noah Rivera-Sharp.
Or excuse me, Noah Rivera-Sharp getting the call there.
Was there, clogging the hole, the senior, number 74. Timeout Newton. That's their
So the reverse picks up no gain. Newton takes its second timeout with 32 seconds left. This very quickly might become Jaden Elliott time, who already has receptions for 25. That went for a touchdown. And 35 that set up a quarterback sneak touchdown. 44th season at the NJSIAA. Has given out sectional titles in the current format starting back in 1974. Newton trying to cap off quite the season. Historic year, really, for a program that's played nearly a century of football. They've never been undefeated. They've never won a title. Short pass to Elliott, dragging a tackler down to the 36, staying in bounds. Anthony Romero right on that completion. And Newton can't stop the clock with the play, so they'll do it with a timeout, taking it with 22 seconds to go.
Sponsoring our playoffs today and tomorrow and Sunday championship. Thank you, Wilson Sporting Goods.
Steamers. They're going to be playing off. Is that loose? You might be able to zip it in early under.
Lakeland won a title back in 2010. Tom McCormick's 4th season as head coach. Their other championship came back in 2004. Sandwiched between those appearances was a 2008 North 1 Group 3 final and a loss to Wayne Hills as part of a 52-game winning streak for the Patriots. 22 seconds to go. Luke Young with time, throws end zone right at the goal line. The officials coming in to discuss. Incomplete. It was thrown to Elliott over the middle. Young's favorite target, but he was covered well as the pass was broken up at the goal line. Patrick Mullen was there for the pass defense. And now decision time for Newton. Their punter is Devin Major, who also functions as the right guard. Offensive formation for Luke Young. Young under pressure. Fires it incomplete. Short of a pair of targets in the end zone. A flag is down on what is intentional grounding. But on fourth down, you don't have to worry about the loss of down. Although Lakeland does have it with 7 seconds left in favorable field position.
Intentional grounding against Newton. First down, Lakeland Rangers, 7 seconds.
7 seconds to go. Lakeland gets the ball to start the second half. It's marked off 10 yards, or 5 yards rather. So the ball is at the 49. Do they allow Mackay to take a shot? Timeout, Lakeland.
Timeout.
Shows 6 seconds on the clock, but that should be reset as the timeout was called prior to the snap. Just the start of our coverage on News 12 Varsity. A pair of games last night from MetLife Stadium. 2 more this evening in addition to this North 1 Group 2 matchup here at Kane. And then on Saturday, 12 games. Quadruple headers at MetLife Stadium, Kane University, and at Rutgers. 10, 1, 4, and 7. The kickoff times for all 4 games at each venue. All streaming live on news12varsity.com. Available live after the game, highlights, articles, photos, and whatever else you can think of, it's available on news12varsity.com. Mackay tries a quick out. That was broken up. Jonathan Van Ness on the edge disrupted that pass intended for Connor Lyon. Trying to perhaps catch Newton off guard with a short pattern instead of one deep down the field. Lakeland goes empty against 4 down linemen. It's thrown up, tipped, and with no time left, falls incomplete. Newton races to the locker room. 21-7 up on Lakeland in the North 1 Group 2 final. You're watching the NJSIAA on News 12 Varsity.
Devin Major will kick off for Newton. Back deep, number 37, Kelvin Gonzalez. Also deep, number 24, Michael Canzone. Here we go, second half of our championship final.
And we welcome you back to Kean University for the North 1 Group 2 final. It's a 21-7 lead for Newton as the Braves kick off. It's a bouncing ball fielded at the 14. Just a 6-yard return there for Michael Canzone.
Canzone on the return.
So Lakeland trailing by 2 scores. Gets the first possession of the second half.
Lancers will begin their opening drive at their own 20-yard line.
Their lone touchdown of the first half was a 7-yard run by Mike Mackay. Otherwise, the offense has been held in check. Trying to get the running game going. 5 yards on first down for Kelvin Gonzalez.
Kelvin Gonzalez, the ball carrier, brought down by Luke.
First team all-conference running back, bottled up well by the Newton defense in that first half.
5-yard gallop by Gonzalez.
Matt Parzero saying that Gonzalez is one of the best all-around backs that they've seen all season, and they're doing so for the second time. Mackay quarterback draw, and he lost a couple. Bottled up immediately. Devin Major and company stuffing the middle of the line.
Number 65, Devin Major, assisted by Van Ness, number 44.
In the 47-14 loss back on October 6th. Lakeland has been perfect for nearly 2 months. They were down 25-0 at half. A close game to start that got quickly out of hand and snowballed. Lakeland trails 21-7, allowing 21 points in the first half after 3 straight shutouts. Mackay goes deep, looking for Mullen. In coverage there was Noah Rivera-Sharp, and he had the best chance at it, as the ball was thrown in his direction and through his hands. A potential interception falls through down to the turf. It brings up 4th down and 6, forcing a punt for Lakeland.
Pat Kaiser back to punt number 5. Elliott standing near midfield for the return.
Kaiser, a bit rugby style, pulls it near side as it's watched out of bounds by Ray Schmidt. It's out of bounds at the 45-yard line. First down for Newton. North 1 Group 2 final from Kean. Josh Noble, our producer. I'm David Resnick. Sean Riley providing us broadcast assistance. This Newton offense scored 3 times in the first half. Luke Young, a touchdown pass of 25 yards to Jaden Elliott. Luke Young, a 1-yard touchdown run. Flag is thrown prior to the play, and a sideline warning. And the final touchdown was a 71-yard burst by Chase Kramer, who gets the call here on first down. Runs around a tackle. And is marked out of bounds after a pickup of just 3. Mike Mackay in pursuit.
3-yard pickup by by Kramer.
Just underway in the third quarter.
48 of the Braves.
Chase Kramer over the 1,400-yard mark this season after a first half of about 100 yards rushing to go along with his 19th touchdown on the season. Playing at 100% after an early season ankle injury, gets the call on the stretch play, navigates his way through the line. First down, Newton, as Chase Kramer runs into the secondary.
Chase Kramer following the block of Devin Major. Flag is down, brought down by Gonzalez.
There is, however, a flag
Against
and a hold against the Braves. The spot of the foul, the 44-yard line in Lakeland territory. So this hold was coming at the latter stages of the run for Kramer. Second and 9 at the 46. The penalty marker was down beyond the first down mark, so a penalty for the Braves that from this perspective seemed unnecessary. Young keeps and gets swallowed up. Anthony Scafuro set the edge nicely. This is a league matchup, the North Jersey Super Football Conference American Red Division. Newton and Lakeland finishing 1-2. Their Week 5 matchup determining the division title. On 3rd and 13, Lakeland's defense stiffens. Kelvin Gonzalez takes down Chase Kramer. So after what looked like a first down run for Chase Kramer, the penalty pushes back the Braves. And Devin Major has to punt. Fair catch called for and not completed. Ball is loose and Newton has it. Jimmy Schneider for Newton. Good coverage down the field, and he earns himself a fumble recovery and a continuation of the drive for the Braves. In the first quarter, a pass interference penalty against Lakeland continued a Newton drive, and the Braves cashed in with an opening drive touchdown. And now with golden field position taking over at the 22. Potentially costly mistake by Lakeland. Young takes a shot. End zone. Caught. Touchdown. What an incredible grab. Jaden Elliott. Newton went for it all. Young to Elliott. A commanding lead here in the third quarter. Caught over a defender right along the sideline. Incredible. Devin Major, extra point good. 28-7. Receptions for Jaden Elliott, 22 and 25 for touchdowns. A 35-yard gain that set up another score. Jaden Elliott with now 8 touchdowns on the season. His fingerprints all over this Newton 28-point explosion. It's an offense that averages 34 points per game. They've gone over 45 times this year. Matt Parzero implementing the wing T offense, and he said it's perfect for rebuilding because of the accountability it instills in your players. Everybody needs to block, even the quarterback. And you've seen how good Luke Young throws the football. Here's the return for Lakeland. Ball is out, but recovered. Lancers jump on top of it. Pat Kaiser with the recovery. Luke Young is a player that Matt Parzero saying he practices as if he's going to throw 30 passes a game, and it never happens in this offense, but he's ready for it. You can see how well Young throws the football, especially to Jaden Elliott. But even a star like Chase Kramer, when he's not carrying the football, there are about 30 other plays that he's got to block. He's got to be part of the team. That type of mentality helped accelerate the rebuilding effort. On first down for Lakeland. Still on his feet. An incredible burst. How is this possible? Gonzalez was dead, and now he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Lancers. 75 yards. Kelvin Gonzalez. He was bottled up and somehow found a way through, outrunning the defense for a touchdown. Chris McCormack, the nephew of Tom McCormack, the son of Tom's brother Mike, on for the extra point, which is good. And perhaps that run for Gonzalez epitomizes this game for Lakeland. Just when you thought the Lancers were done, they still have something left in the tank. What an incredible effort for Kelvin Gonzalez, his 18th rushing touchdown of the season. He's over 1,400 yards on the year rushing, creating something incredible out of what appeared to be a run for a short gain. The playmakers are in attendance tonight, whether it's Gonzalez and Mackay for Lakeland, Kramer, Elliott, and Young for Newton. Newton is aware of the balance of Lakeland, and as long as the Lancers can stay within striking distance, they can continue to mix the run and the pass. Chris McCormack kicks it deep. An angling ball picked up at the 15. Rivera Sharp tumbles out of bounds.
On the return, Noah Rivera Sharp. On the coverage, Ray Schmidt, number 7, the sophomore on the stop.
How big is the fumble recovery by Kaiser? Next play, Lakeland went for the touchdown. Their first points of the second half. Good starting field position for Newton. 7:14 remains in the third quarter, 28-14. Chase Kramer gets the call on first down. Matt Summers providing the block from his left tackle position, second team all-conference. As you can imagine, for two teams at the top of the American Red Division in the North Jersey Super Football Conference, many of these players earning conference honors.
Defensive front, Jake Harkey, number 77, number 35, Anthony Spataro.
Lakeland with 5 defensive backs in the game. Newton, false start. Newton has done their best to run away from Jake Harkey, 6'6", 330 at defensive tackle, right in the middle of the line. An article written in the Bergen Record talked about how Lakeland's Harkey was too big to play youth football. And so he's only played 3 years of organized football in 8th grade, couldn't wait to get to high school so that he can get out on the fields. His strength improved over this past offseason, and now schools like Rutgers, BC, and Penn are interested. On the toss to Larson, he gets gobbled up. It was Harkey there that made the tackle after Mackay set the edge and forced the ball carrier back to the middle of the field. 3 down linemen for Lakeland as Newton faces a 3rd down and 13, needing the 48 in Lancers territory. Young rolls out again, sends Elliott deep for the reception and a first down. Beg your pardon, Dante North Little has the reception down the field.
And on 3rd and 13, the Braves running 1st and 10.
On 3rd and 13, it's a 23-yard hookup. Kramer right through the middle. Some extra pushing and shoving after the whistle. Kramer never fully went down. 5:25 to go in this third quarter. Another extended drive here for Newton. Getting the first down on the catch by North Little. Braves have been so good on 3rd down today. T formation. Run off right tackle. Another carry for Chase Kramer.
Patrick Mullen down low, number 11. And number 27, Ryan Sullivan up top, combined on the hit.
Ryan Sullivan and Patrick Mullen combined to bring down the 3-year starter.
3rd and 1 for the Braves at the Newton, at the Lancer 24-yard line.
3rd and 1 from the 24. Pushing forward is Young. Just following Justin Mayhood, the second team all-conference center. First down signaled for the Braves.
Luke Young on the keeper. Following his
Anticipation for this game immense. It's been 2 weeks since these teams played. Neither had a Thanksgiving matchup. Approaching the 4-minute mark of the third quarter. Chase Kramer following a lead blocker to the left side of the line. Justin Mayhood trying to pave the way.
Michael Volpe on the stop, number 74.
This is to Kramer dancing his way on second down. Lakeland really plugging the hole. It was interesting speaking to Tom McCormick, the head coach of Lakeland. He said the loss to Newton was such a great thing for their team because it allowed them to go back to basics. And he said he started every practice with either a blocking or tackling circuit. And he made a point that I haven't really heard before. He said, we get better in preseason by doing these things. Why can't we get better in season with that regimen? Young pulls it down and gets sacked. Great coverage down the field. And then Anthony Scafuro and so for Lakeland, Tom McCormick and these Lancers saying that that loss really woke them up. They've been on a 6-game winning streak since. And just working on those techniques, blocking and tackling and getting better at the finer details and the fundamentals, really helping out. 4th and 9. Young play fake, middle, diving attempt, incomplete. Full body extension inside of the 1. And a nice job to come back to the football, but just a bit out of reach of Will Larson down the field.
Intended for Will Larson. And the Lancers hold. A minute 40.
So the Lancers hold, taking over
First and 10.
at the 21-yard line. 1:49 to go in the third. Coming off of that impressive Kelvin Gonzalez run. He takes the toss right on 1st and 10. Gonzalez had that 75-yard rushing touchdown on the last drive.
Gonzalez, the handoff to Gonzalez. Kaiser was there, Ryan Kaiser, number 30. And Jonathan Van Ness, 44.
Jonathan Van Ness, along with Ryan Kaiser, make the stop of Gonzalez after no gain. So Gonzalez tries the left side with a similar result.
Gonzalez tries the left side. James Harding is there, number 56.
It was Jimmy Harding, the junior defensive tackle, burying Gonzalez after a pickup of 1. Final 3/4 of a minute to go in the third quarter. A 28-14 lead for Newton. It was a 21-7 advantage at the break. Newton scored first to extend the lead. Lakeland came back as Mackay is under pressure. He throws incomplete. Nearly picked off on a diving attempt. That was Dante North Little coming back for it and having the ball go through him. It is 4th down for Lakeland. Patrick Kaiser has had an active North 1 Group 2 final. Kaiser kicks it away. Handled by Elliott at the 41. Tripped up immediately. Really good play in the open field.
Great coverage by Ryan Sullivan, number 27.
Ryan Sullivan quickly got down the field to make the tackle.
11 ticks.
And once Elliott gets started, you never know where he's going to end up. So an important tackle to make with 11 seconds to go in the third. It's been feast or famine for Lakeland's offense. They have 4 3-and-outs and 2 touchdowns as part of their 8 drives. 1st and 10 at the 49. If it's a run, it'll be the final play of the third quarter. A pickup of 6 to the 45 of Lakeland.
Will Larson gets the call.
Will Larson on 1st down brings us to the 4th quarter.
That's the end of 3 quarters.
Newton continues to lead. 4th quarter upcoming. It's a 28-14 lead for the Braves in search of their first state title in school history on News 12 Varsity. Back for the start of the 4th quarter. Newton facing a 2nd down and 4 on the opening play of the final frame. Josh Noble, our producer. I'm David Resnick. Sean Riley providing us broadcast assistance for the North 1 Group 2 final. The final week of football in New Jersey. Championship coverage on News 12 Varsity. 23 champions will be crowned this final weekend. 17 of them on our airwaves. Check out news12varsity.com for complete coverage of the NJSIAA state and sectional finals. 3rd down 3. Lakeland makes a key defensive stand. Good tackle for Jimmy Harding. He's been busy today. Will Larson couldn't find a seam. Or excuse me, Chris McCormack, 56 of Lakeland, not Newton. Both the 56s have had active days. That's how you cover a mistake as the 4th quarter continues. Newton doubling up Lakeland, 28-14. Devin Major to kick.
Major in one formation.
A high kick with a lot of hang time. That's caught inside the 15. Mike Mackay makes the fair catch. Mark Fajardo warmed up, the senior quarterback. Looked at Tom McCormick and said, is he a possibility? And he wasn't. He's been in uniform in what is his final high school game, but has not seen action. So Mike Mackay starts for the 5th time today. Completes a short pass out to the flat. And then the receiver gets flattened. That was Michael Canzone picking up about 6. Immediately received attention of the athletic trainer because he was right on the sideline. Play can continue pretty rapidly. Hope that can zone is okay. Just a sophomore. Already has caught the eye of New England institutions to play in college. 4 wide receivers for Lakeland on 2nd down. Spreading them out to run. Mackay fighting for every extra yard, and that second effort gets Lakeland a 1st down.
Finally brought down by Elliott, number 7, and a 1st down for Lakeland.
Jaden Elliott with the tackle.
27-yard line, 1st and 10.
Mackay sets his feet, but a whistle blows the play dead. It's a false start against the Lancers. 1st and 15, 9:59 to go in regulation.
False start against the Lancers.
Lancers took down the 7-seed Mawa, the defending champs in North 1 Group 2. They beat Westwood last year at MetLife. And then they took down Manchester, the number 3 seed, and that was a team in the quarterfinals that had won their first ever playoff game. Lakeland with a bit more program success as they play for their 3rd section championship. Mackay, play fake. Another pass to the flat, but this defended well after the short catch. Michael Canzone back on the field and picking up maybe 2. Dante North Little on coverage and the stick. Second down. Draw play for Mackay. Mike Mackay, first contact doesn't get it done. He is just lancing off of these arm tackles and just will not go down until he is fully put out. Jake Harkey, an extra offensive lineman, checks in for this 3rd down and 1. Lakeland does have some double tight end packages that Tom McCormack saying he took from Lenape Valley and Newton. On the direct snap, running left, Ryan Sullivan. Oh, excuse me, Kelvin Gonzalez took the direct snap and picks up the 1st down. Lenape Valley, the alma mater of Newton head coach Matt Prezzero. A lot of connections between the Newton coaching staff and North Warren and Lenape Valley. Pass to the flat, incomplete. Too tall for Ray Schmidt. So 8:14 to go after Gonzalez picked up the 1st down. It's 2nd and 10 following the incompletion. And this is part of what Lakeland struggled with in the regular season matchup, playing catch up and getting away from their ground attack. Neutralizes the effectiveness of Gonzalez and forces Mackay into passing situations, and he's ripped down. Nick Briganti got to the quarterback. It's a sack for the junior. He's got 11 and a half on the season. .740 to go. It's 3rd and 20. The line to gain is the 47. Mackay under pressure and dropped again. Jonathan Van Ness, the defensive end, rushing the quarterback, and he's got his 13th sack. Van Ness and Briganti, 2 pass rushing monsters on the defensive end for Newton. And with 7 minutes to go, it's a 28-14 lead. And because of this field position, Lakeland has to kick. Kaiser under immediate pressure, skies the kick. Elliott in traffic comes up for the fair catch. Jaden Elliott, a couple of touchdown receptions today. And here's a Braves offense that started the game with a 7-minute and 40-second drive. Now granted, it started back at their own 27. This drive begins in positive territory at the 47. But my point is that this offense has the capability of running out this game. 6:40 to go, 1st and 10, and on the ground it goes. Chase Kramer the carry. Things getting a bit chippy in the trenches. We are well protected in the press box, thankfully. Just the 3rd all-time meeting between these teams. Regular season opponents the last couple of years. Part of the same league now in the North Jersey Super Football Conference. No gain for Kramer, 2nd down 10. Luke Young draining the clock.
Come on, Chase. Come on, Chase. You got the first. Yep, got the first. Attaboy. Attaboy.
Up the middle on the run.
Yes,
Kramer bulldozes his way for 11 and a Newton 1st down.
First down, Braves. Chase Kramer, senior captain on the carry, number 32.
Luke Young calls for time.
5 minutes remaining. Newton calls.
5:02 to go. Braves call for timeout. Luke Young has an older brother, like a number of these players, current Braves, that played on the Newton team that lost in 2013 to Westwood. What a journey for him. What a journey for Chase Kramer and a number of other Newton players. To know what the journey has been like for Luke Young to wear his cousin's number 24 throughout the playoffs, to represent Billy and everything that he stands for, the hard work, the dedication, the unfortunate realities of life when something so important to you gets taken away. And yet, Billy's impact is still felt on this team when you know that his jersey is going to be handed out every week to a player that best exemplifies Billy's characteristics. So Luke wears that 24 in Billy's honor, as Billy looks on, watching his cousin take this 1st down snap. Now dipping inside of 5 minutes to go. Chase Kramer again, the workhorse all season long. Even more so tonight on the biggest stage. This is the second rebuilding project for Matt Pizzero. Took a North Warren team that he inherited at 0-10 to 4 playoff appearances in 7 years, accounting for that school's only 2 playoff victories in school history. Kramer close to the first down marker. The referee takes a look and says first down. Matt Pizzero took over this Newton team. They were 16-35 in the previous 5 years. Just 3 years prior, they had won their first playoff game in 3 decades. And with a win tonight, the Braves can double the playoff win total in 1 year, from 3 prior to this season to 6, with victories in the quarters, semis, and tonight if they can hold on. 1st and 10. Good job by Kaiser against Kramer to trip him up. Patrick Kaiser at outside linebacker. Part of a core there at that second level. That includes Kelvin Gonzalez and Anthony Romeo.
Again, on behalf of the Lakeland University security staff, we ask that no fans enter the playing field.
A possession of more than 3 minutes already. Quickly back to the line, quick snap count. Kramer slides down, just right off the back of Harkey there. 2:50 and counting. Lakeland has all 3 timeouts. Are they interested at all at using them defensively? Newton continues to drain clock. 3rd down and 11. You'd figure 2 downs to pick up that yardage. Luke Young under center. Faking the handoff and handing it off to North Little. Sprinting ahead. 1st down, Newton.
Kramer galloping around the right side, run down by Romeo. Blocking up front, Summer 75.
Greg your pardon. A full yard short. But the timing, 1:50 to go. It's a 4th and 1. Lakeland does have timeouts. Clock continues to drain. Young off right guard. Pushes forward down to the 15. A hole created by Justin Mayhood and Devin Major. Sticks move. 1:25 and counting. A 5+ minute drive for the Braves.
First one up.
Lancers concede. Luke Young takes a knee. An incredible journey for Lakeland, the number 2 seed. They will fall to 10-2 on the year. What a turnaround of the season after the Week 5 loss to Newton. Credit to Tom McCormick, a Lakeland lifer, for getting the Lancers back to this championship game for the first time in 7 seasons. But they didn't have enough tonight to overcome the Braves. A team on a mission. A team that, through this playoff gauntlet, has overcome demons of the past. Luke Young takes a knee. 23 seconds to go, and the celebration can begin in earnest. First time undefeated. First time state champs. Newton at 12-0. Your 2017 North 1 Group 2 champs. 28-14. Newton takes down Lakeland. If the players didn't realize the type of impact they had on the community, they learned yesterday at practice when alums surprised them to let them know how proud they were and to wish them luck. A former coach watching all the way from Georgia, proud alums all across the area and country cheering on the 4 seed. But the Braves tonight and throughout this season, #1, undefeated champs. 28-14, Newton takes down Lakeland to win the North 1 Group 2 title.